Back here on CBS Sports HQ on this Thursday, Ashley Nicole Moss has joined us.
I'm here, but I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all.
She's not. You got Sylvia Fowles with you, WNBA legend, headlining 2025 Women's Basketball Hall of Fame class, set to be part of the induction ceremony this weekend, and also retired as WNBA's all-time leading rebounder, won 2 titles with the Minnesota Lynx in 2015, 2017. Ashley, you've been standing there long enough, and I can keep going on, so I'm going to send it over to you.
Well, Sylvia, she can keep going on. That's the type of resume that you have. And first, we got to welcome you to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I know even in retirement, you are probably extremely busy, so thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come hang out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Look, we have to talk about it. First of all, double Hall of Fames in the same year. We have on the 14th of this month the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and then just a few months later on September 5th, it's the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. But I want to focus on the women's because that's what's coming up in just a few days. And obviously, you have had an illustrious career as an individual. So what does it mean for you as a player, but also as somebody who has been pivotal in making the WNBA the league we know today?
I'm still pinching myself, honestly. It's still surreal to me, but very humbling at the same time. Of course, I put in the work, and I also had coaches and teammates to help put me in those positions. But I will say that I'm very excited. I'm very grateful to be honored with 2 Hall of Fames in 1 year.
I mean, look, retired, and look at this profile. And this was just what we could fit on this graphic here because we were talking about it in the newsroom. There's a long bullet list of all your accomplishments. But like I said, we only have so much room on the screen. But you retired in 2022, not that far removed from the game. And I mean, in just 3 years, we have just seen so much progression and so many strides made in the WNBA. How pleased are you with those improvements?
Very pleased. I think women's sports in general is right in the spotlight that it needs to be. And I hope that we just continue to grow from here. I'm unsure of why it took the buzz so long for people to grasp onto women's basketball, but I'm happy in the direction that we're going in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still so much room for improvement, but it's come a long way in just a short amount of time. You have another accolade on your books, not that you need any more, but 4-time DPOY, which is crazy. There are some guys I know in the NBA who would beg for just 1. But I want to ask you, although a defensive powerhouse in your own right, there's got to be some people you remember giving you a hard time, some tough assignments throughout your career. So who are your top 3?
Who are my tough ones? Coming into the league, I definitely would say Lauren Jackson. She was tough to defend. And then as we trickle down the line, Tina Charles was tough to defend. And as I was going out, who would I say a big that I played against and they was young? Brittany Griner and like Tiara McCallum, they was tough to play against.
I could absolutely sue Brittany Griner. I remember when she came into the league, it was like, okay, this is different. I want to ask you about a fellow LSU alum and somebody who's looking to start a career for herself, make a name for herself as her own defensive powerhouse in the WNBA, and that is Angel Reese. We already know what she can do on the boards, and in just a short amount of time, she has showcased herself as a defensive force to be reckoned with. What are you most impressed with when it comes to her game so far, and what improvements would you like to see her make to it?
I love that she's consistent, especially from her rookie year to this year. You haven't seen much of a drop-off, so she's consistent across the board. If we can get her to finish jippies and one-shots, taking a good 10 to 15-foot jumper at a consistent rate, she's going to be untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I remember interviewing her after she won the championship at LSU in Baton Rouge, and I just have seen so much growth in her in just such a short amount of time. And when we talk about Angel Reese, we can't help but mention Caitlyn Clark, for good or for worse, depending on what side of the argument you were on. But I think the impressive thing about Caitlyn Clark is not only her game, but just the impact she has made in the WNBA in such a short amount of time, much like Angel. What to you stands out the most about her game, and how impressed are you with how she's made that impact? Not just her, but just this entire process that Caitlyn and Angel were in the year before.
I think this new generation comes with a sense of urgency. They know where they belong. So they come in this league understanding that I belong here, and they making their mark early. And also what comes with them outside of the basketball part of it. Something that I was lacking in my generation of, like, who I am off the court. I think they also bring that to the game as well, which is pretty special.
All right, so before I let you go, I got to put you on the spot. I did the same thing to Diana Taurasi, so it's only fair that I do it to you. I need your way too early WNBA finals prediction, and give me your winner once you give me your matchup.
New York, Minnesota Lynx, Game 7, Minnesota.
Ooh, Minnesota's getting their lick back. All right, Lou, you know how controversial that matchup was last time. So it's looking like it's going to be those two, but we may have different results.
Fingers crossed.
I know you're excited about it. Sylvia, thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck, not only in September, but just a few days. Relish in the moment. It is such a huge accomplishment, and so many of us are rooting for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so here we have the Naismith Hall of Fame class of 2025, and as we see, Sylvia Fowles here, but also look at my guy Carmelo Anthony in the mix, one time for the Knicks, Dwight Howard as well. Just an incredible class here, Amanda. I mean, so many names, just so much impact. Basketball, I just love this sport.
And that is why you absolutely killed that interview. We'll try to stay up to Ashley's standards next as we move on to the world of hockey, because
we know hockey players are more athletic than basketball players,
no.
right?
You know what? We'll ask Pierre Maguire that on the other side.